Sooner Scoop HD.
Some of your teammates, to talk about you, the very first thing they say is leader. Would you consider yourself a naturally born leader, or was it something growing up in your home, your father or someone maybe taught you that skill?
Definitely just comes natural to me, and something that, playing the position, you got to be really good at. Just being the leader of the huddle, people that, just guys in the huddle are looking to you to be that voice of belief and confidence. So I think it's something that, of course, I've learned, but something that comes really natural to me.
Dillon, we look at the backup quarterback situation. What do you see out of those guys? Coach Benel said there'll be a depth chart out on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, they're competing their butt off, and they push me every day. Likewise, I'm pushing them, and I think you need that in every position room. But each guy's made a bunch of plays this fall camp, even leading into here, when we start, game planning. But shoot, I think every single one of them have had a great camp.
How important is that for you as the starting quarterback to have somebody that you can go back to the sideline and rely on them to tell you what you've seen or what they've seen or whatever?
I've said it before, it truly takes a team and a position room like the QB room to, rally around one another and help each other. And I think, Davis, General, Micah, Nick, even Ralph, they're just really good at that and challenge me in the film room, ask great questions. And anytime you're asking great questions, I pick up on what they're asking, and likewise, try to help out any way I can.
How anxious, excited, fill in the blank, are you about getting to that first game?
Excited. I'm very just confident in my preparation and don't take that lightly. See it as a huge responsibility on my end, and I'm going to put in the time to do so. So I'm excited. I know it's going to be bittersweet just running out of that tunnel and, seeing where I was in January to now. Man, it's something I'm super grateful for. So, like I said, I'm going to be focused on the preparation, taking a play at a time, quarter at a time, and just doing my job to the best of my ability.
Dillon, with you being new to receivers being new to you, how much have you had to kind of, has there been any frustration in kind of trying to keep your workload down so you do go into the season healthy? Because I'm sure you'd probably want to stay out there and throw it to them all day, and they'd want to catch all day.
For sure, but I think we've been really good about it. Even since January, just keeping the load off of them more so, just because of the routes we run and the player load receivers can get. But shoot, we've done a really good job about it. Take care of both the quarterbacks and the receivers, tight ends, running backs. So, going into the season healthy is a big key.
Is that something that kind of came from Coach Levy? Did he have a talk, did he have a plan coming in like, hey, I only want you to throw this much, during camp?
For sure, throw sheets and the amount of throws we throw, but most importantly, the amount of routes the receivers get.
What kind of player on the practice field, in the locker room, in the film room or whatever, is Braden Willis as a leader, as a teammate?
Man, he's a fierce competitor, and he's just a stud in every area of his life. Very calm. Also, when he speaks, everyone listens. So you got to have a guy like that. Other than, it takes more than one guy for sure. And having a guy like Braden, who's been here, who's putting the time and the work and the effort every year, just seeing his growth, and only this year, I can only imagine, how far he's come from his freshman year.
He's a guy, I mean, it seemed like he had to answer that question about whether he wanted to come back or not, and everybody believes he has a tremendous amount of potential, but he's had injuries that's kind of kept him. I mean, do you sense that from him? Has he talked to you about that, about, everything he's kind of put into this year to come back?
I think just a sense of urgency every single day. He doesn't take one day lightly. And although it seems a bit cliche to say it, he truly attacks every single day and comes with that mentality. And you kind of see him flip the switch, every morning we walk, run into that weight room, or every time we step on this field. So, having a guy like that, it helps set the tone, just for the offense. So.
Dillon, how much more has your rapport with Jaleel grown?
A lot. I mean, Jalil's a close friend of mine, off the field as well. So that helps, and we push each other. And I'm definitely hard on him just because I know how great he can be. But likewise, we give each other, some just criticism just because we are so close. But I'm just excited to see what he can do. And I think our bond, being so close, we can push each other to another level.
Jaden has superstar written all over him, but do you see him as a guy that is ready to go now and throw it out there, or is he someone you think that will take some time during the season?
Of course. I think every one of our guys, that, kind of put themselves in a position that during this fall camp, I think, can go out there and play at a high level. So I'm a big guy on opportunity. Once, any guy gets their opportunity, I know they'll seize the moment and play to the best of their ability. So.
Dillon, what's something you're better at now than maybe you were a month ago when camp started?
I think I've gotten a lot better just connecting with the whole squad. I think in the spring, whenever it's a new offense, even though I, knew a lot of it, just being around new guys and everyone learning it together, I think we just got a lot more cohesive, as a unit. And I think that's something that is night and day different after fall camp, going into fall camp. I mean, we just look way better from spring. So.
What particularly was different about what you try to establish? I know as a quarterback you try to establish yourself as a leader every season, but what specifically did you do differently from an intentionality standpoint, trying to establish yourself here because you were a transfer?
I think it's two things. I think one, proving, the way I work and leading by example in the beginning, just because, I didn't step on the field yet, and I got to earn the trust from the guys by the way I work and how intentional I am in the way I prepare. But two, just being myself and really diving deeper into relationships off the field, truly getting to know every single person on the offense as well as the defense, and just being a good teammate, which I really pride myself on. So those were my two, I guess, points of attack that I really wanted to focus on coming in January.
So many people have, talked about this program offensively, Baker, Kyler, Jalen Hurts. Are you kind of excited for the world to kind of get to know Jeff Lebby a little bit as an offensive mind? Because it seems like nationally, at least, people think this program's kind of taking a step back offensively.
I am. And I think, what we're about to do on offense is going to be really exciting. And we're definitely going to be aggressive. And that's something we pride ourselves on, too, and setting the tempo, of the game. So, like I said, I love letting the action do the talking just because, at the end of the day, that's why we play the game. You got to go out and prove it. And I think, we'll all be able to go see it on September 3rd. So.
With JJ and LV, you've had a relatively short amount of time with them. What have you learned about those two guys?
Just great teammates, but most of all, what I love about, them coming in, they really put their head down and just work. Knew that they were a little later, coming in the summer, but the sense of urgency and how fast they learned what they needed to learn was pretty impressive, and just exciting to see. And I think they really put themselves in a good spot too, just by how much knowledge they've gained about the offense and continue to be, great in alignment and assignment. So.
Sooner Scoop HD.